as my goal is to stand down this gap before dropping back. Although there I get a little bit grabbed, and you can see how this edge rusher just comes right off the edge for the easy sack. You're going to want to stand back at about this depth here, and even against overpowered run plays like the stretch run, you can see how you have a wide gap to shoot every single time. If you guys are looking for fast, cheap, reliable coins for your college football 25 team, check out my coin sponsors at MMOXP and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below.
The champ is here!
Welcome back, Money Team. This is Mad Money Shot, sniffing out the college cheese as always. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys plays from a brand new defense that I've actually been using for some time, but was saving for my my ebook audience from my Georgia defensive ebook. But before I do, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comment section, as I'm probably going to put out a full breakdown of one of my ebooks coming up here pretty soon. So let me know in the comment section what ebook or what formation, what playbook you guys would like to see, as I'm coming up on my monthly, where I like to put out like a full hour breakdown of either an offense or defense. And I might do that with Georgia's defense here. Although I was thinking about doing that with my North Texas offense or defense. So let me know in the comment section what you guys want to see. And if you guys need more help and more money plays, you can download any of my ebooks instantly simply by clicking links in the description or the top pinned comment. Now the formation is the 3-3-5 penny, but you can really use just about any single defense or coverage that you like. Me personally though, I like cover 3 match. I've been pretty explicit about that all year. I've been saying that pretty much all year to me, that cover 3 match is the best way to go. So the play that I'm going to use is going to be the Saw Blitz 3. But like I said, there's going to be a series of plays that you can use. You can use cover 4 palms if you like that. You can use any coverage you want. Cover 6 is also very good, and that's probably my second favorite. Now, before I get into the two, I also want to make sure that I show you guys some substitutions. You're just going to want to put speed everywhere. Speed at the edges especially. My middle linebacker here, I think, is a 90 speed, like a cheap speed guy, even though he's an 82 overall player. And then you're going to want to make sure that your outside linebackers, which in this particular, the way this is designed, based on the fact that they have stars, you can't really see which ones they are, but just trust me when I say that the outside linebackers, I put little arrows up. These edge rushers here need to be your fastest and your best players. Other than that, since I am running a cover 3 match and I do like the matching principles, I don't typically touch my zone drops unless I notice that my opponent starts to hit me with like slot fades and stuff like that, which typically I'll switch to cover 6, but I'll typically leave all these off. So for people that ask, I typically don't set my zone drops unless I feel the need to, which is if my opponent's beating me with a very specific series of plays. In that scenario, then I typically go to 5 and 25. But like I said, that's something that my opponent would have to prove to me to force me to go into this position where I would change my zone drops. Otherwise, I'm going to leave matching coverage on pretty much the entire game. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pick that play, the Saw Blitz 3. We're going to pick that. And then on offense, I'm just going to go random gun spread flex. This is just the first formation that popped up. And I just want to show you guys some different coverages that you could do when it comes to pass defense with this formation. Now for this setup, there's a really easy base setup. If I want to send 5 guys, I can. If I want help in coverage, I can do that simply by hitting the D-pad to the right and up to zone all. Say I don't want to, cover the middle of the field all by myself. Typically when I do this, it's just because, the way this play's set up, I don't mind being the only person in coverage. But since this play's set up to a point where, if my opponent's smart enough to just hit me with a bunch of crossing routes or just flood the middle, I always have the option to put these guys, although I accidentally slanted outside there, I always have the option to put these guys into a zone coverage by zoning all. And if I do this, a lot of times I might also want to cover the flats by hitting down on the right stick, which is why I try and go down the right stick to play underneath. This is one of my favorite variations, but I wouldn't run that here because if it's like a streak up the seam, doing this would take away the matching principles and it wouldn't cover very well. So that's one way that I could run it. Another way that I could run it is simply by putting these outside linebackers onto zone flats and give myself a double Mabel, which would be D-pad to the right twice and then selecting the player and hitting hard flat. And you can see now I have a good amount of coverage to the outside. Once again, leave myself wide open to a lot of crosses over the middle. But like I said, that's the game. Those are the 2 coverages I would use the most. Although, like I said, I might also zone all. If it's like 3rd and long, I might zone all and just, leave the seam flats to do what they're doing. But if it's like any given situation, I'm probably going to put them in the flats. That's probably my favorite way to go. So you have all that, but you also have the ability to run a lot of really good blitzes. So let's go ahead and let's back out and let's pick a specific pass play just so I can show how this works. So let's go and let's pick the Saw Blitz 3 one more time. I showed you guys the 2 different coverages that you can run. Other than that, like I said, I'd like to pick random pass. I guess I'll just do that. I'll go concept to concept here, and we'll pick a random medium pass. So for this play here, like I said, for the blitz, super easy blitz to set up. All you have to do is hit the D-pad to the left and then basically shift the defensive line to the right, which is going to be the left stick to the right. And all you have to do is walk down this gap, and it essentially creates what looks like a double mug, which is going to be a very, similar concept. But typically when you have double mug plays, you don't have the second level defenders like I do here. With this particular play, we got both of our flat guys in the area where it's like I'm not just going to have an area to throw to right over the top, but you're going to see how being down in this gap is going to help pull all these blockers inside, a lot of times letting these edge rushers get off around the edge. But it also really depends on the blocking too. As you can see right here, that was like there was basically everybody blocking there. That was like a 7-man blocking. So for this play to be its most effective, number one, I probably want to flip the play, because you typically want the shift to go in the direction away from the running back. So like right here, I'm going to shift in the direction of the running back, and you're going to see how typically this will get the edge rusher off the other side. So like I said, this is all I really got to do here. Hopefully we'll get a little less than a 7-man blocking structure, as we get no blockers there. You can see the quarterback's running for his life as we get a sack, even though that wasn't even a clean sack. Now, this play definitely works best against spread offenses like this, as you're going to notice that typically in spread offenses, if it's like a cornerback blitz or something, it'll pull the cornerbacks out. But since that's not an option here, since this is the defensive line blitzing, you're going to notice that these spread formations won't do that. And you'll get that same look, as like I said, that defensive end just comes right off the edge there. Had a little bit of the help from the play action, but you can see how easy this blitz gets in as long as you stand down this gap. As my goal is to stand down this gap before dropping back, although there I get a little bit grabbed, and you can see how this edge rusher just comes right off the edge for the easy sack. But let's pick that again. I'll show you guys some run defense tricks, starting off with shotgun looks like the inside zone. As if your opponent is running against this, one of the bigger issues if you decide to, if you're spreading like this and you're basically trying to send that blitz, this gives you no secondary defenders, and a lot of times you get picked up on the blitz. But you can see how there is help from the seam flats, as they do have some run fits, so it's not like you're completely exposed. But I just wouldn't recommend, if your opponent's running the ball, I wouldn't recommend being down this gap, because you have a good opportunity to get grabbed. In reality, I would shift in the direction of the run and start back this far. Although, once again, since there's no receiver over here and this guy has a run fit, bring this guy into the box. Bring him in. That's all you really got to do. And you're going to see how this will open me up to shoot gaps, as I actually over pursued there and he cut back on me, but he still didn't get far, as this is going to be the best way to set up this run defense. Like I said, if you don't have a lot of time, if your opponent's running a hurry or a turbo, you can, you don't have to move this seam flat. He will do a good job. You just want to shift the line in the direction, or the most likely direction to travel, and then also make sure that you're not over pursuing, as you can, if you drop back here, you can basically just drop straight down. Like on this play here, since the running back's pretty much going straight every single time, I can just basically come straight to that gap, as it's very easy to stop the run against shotgun looks with stuff like this, unless they're running like a counter run. That'd be the only scenario, or if they're running like a speed option to the weak side. That'd be the only thing you really got to watch out for. Other than that, you can also use this for under center stuff if they have an under center look, which I'm not sure they do, but it looks like they do. So let's say your opponent's running let's run the 26 duo, because I don't think they actually have, they do have a wide zone here, so we'll run the wide zone, as it's going to be the same thing. You're going to want to shift in the direction of the extra tight ends and strong side, and then, like I said, this guy's your dude. If I really want to, I could hard flat them. I would recommend doing that on a play like this, since we know that we have there's less blocking on that side, so I could bring this guy in and treat him like another linebacker. And now you see how we have a secondary level defender, although he drops back, and you can see how it's still, you're still capable of shutting down the run with this play, as long as you're shifting in the direction of the strong side. So once again, I don't have to drop these guys down or move them around. I just want to use them kind of like second level linebackers, and that's going to be my best chance to defend these type of plays. As you can see, even the best running backs and the best team in the game can't get much. So you can see how this can be a very good run defense, very good pass defense, and a very good blitz. But like I said, I plan on bringing that to you guys in the future in gameplay. So if you want to see that, make sure to be a subscriber. Other than that, if you want to see more defenses from my Georgia playbook in gameplay and in practice mode, I'll have that popping up on the screen. So just click the links. And until next time, thanks for watching, man. My shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.